So let us look into the next exercise. It is all about getting details of inactive customers. You are already familiar with retail DB, which we have seen earlier, and it has multiple tables in it. And this problem statement is primarily based on orders and customers. And the relationship between orders and customers is many to one, which means a customer can place n number of orders, and the data in both the data sets are comma separated. The main thing is the relationship between the tables. Most likely that information will be given as part of the problem statement, or it can be easily understandable. Okay, so that being said, using this data set from orders and customers from retail DB, we need to get the details of customers who have not placed any orders, and the details we want is only last name and first name. And the data has to be sorted by last name first and then first name, and the data has to be saved comma separated into location specified as part of the target directory. Okay, so that being said, now come up with let us preview the data, come up with the solution to get the inactive customers details, primarily last name and first name. So to read the data, we already know the location. The location is in HDFS. Sorry, the location of the datasets are in local file system /data/retail-db. So as the data is in local file system, to actually perform the operations using Spark APIs, first we need to read the data into RDD. First we need to read the files in this location into typical Scala collection, and then we have to convert into RDD. We need to do that first before actually going through the other operations. So that being said, to actually read data from local file system into a Scala-based collection, we need to import scala.io.source. Okay, and then we need to read orders data. Let us name it as orders raw to read the data from the local file system and convert into a Scala-based collection. And here we can say source.from file. If you are not familiar with the APIs, you can use the REPL. As I'm familiar with the APIs, I'm using the editor. In this case, an online Git-based editor, so that I can save it and share the URL for this solution with you. But as I have demonstrated earlier, it's better for you to use Sublime Text. Okay, so that being said, source.from file, and the path is given data/retail-db/orders, and source.from file actually take the fully qualified path. So we need to get the path of the file. For that, you can run, as just talking about local file system, we can run ls-ltr. On the path they have given data retail_db/orders, and you can see there is a file here. So I need to use this also as part of the path. So let us use that. And then from file actually convert the data in the file into char array to actually get into to actually convert into iterable. I have to say .getlines and then toList to convert the data into list. So let us test this first. If there are any bugs, I can figure it out immediately. And for that, I need to launch this Spark shell. And as we are talking about a very small data set, here you can see that orders is 2 MB, and similarly customers is also under 1 MB. It is enough to use one executor. So as I have mentioned earlier, depending upon the data volume, you can it's better to tweak this Spark Shell command and launch it for each and every session. For that reason, here as we are processing very less data, number of executors is 1, number of executor cores is 1, and executor memory can be 2 GB. It can be lesser also, but 2 GB is fine. So let me use this Spark Shell command to launch the REPL. So session is ready. And now I can copy paste the code. And you can see orders raw is of type list. To convert into RDD, I can say val orders equal to orders raw dot, sorry, I have to use Spark context object sc dot parallelize in the API to convert a typical collection into RDD. And here I have to pass the collection orders raw, which is created as part of the earlier code snippet. Now orders is RDD. You can preview the data by saying orders dot first, or even orders dot take of 10 dot for each println. Okay, so that being said, now we can also load the data for customers, and we can preview the data real quick before actually coming up with the necessary Spark API to get inactive customers details. That being said, we can copy paste these 2 lines. Here I can say customers raw, customers, customers, and customers. So if you use editor and if you are very careful in copy pasting, it can save some time as part of your certification exam. That being said, let me paste these 2 lines, and also let me preview the data customers dot take of 10 dot for each println, and you can see the data here. And finally, I want to present or the save the first name and last name after sorting, after identifying the inactive customers. So to get the inactive customers from these 2 datasets, we need to join, and primarily we need to perform left outer join. Out of the join operations, we need to perform the left outer join, and for that reason, for that purpose, we need to understand what should be the parent table and what should be the child table. And most likely the information either will be given to you, or you can understand that information very easily. If you look at orders and customers, typically a customer can place multiple orders. Hence, the relationship is one-to-many between customers and orders. And we are looking for inactive customers. Hence, we have to perform left outer join of orders on customers. So we have to say customers dot left outer join of orders. And if you recollect the syntax for the order operation, to perform the if you recollect the syntax of the join operation, to perform the join operation, both the datasets have to be paired RDDs, or the RDD should contain key value tuples. Okay, so here the key has to be common between the 2 tables, which is nothing but customer ID, because orders is a child table to customers via customer ID. Orders have order customer ID, which is nothing but the 3rd field. So this is the order customer ID, and in customers, customer ID is the 1st field. So from orders, I need to extract this information and a placeholder, because we are looking for key value pair to join with customers. and that placeholder can be anything. So that being said, let me apply map function on orders to convert each and every element in orders to a pair or a tuple with two elements. So dot map order dot split of comma 2 dot to int, because the original data type of order customer ID is integer, and then I can have whatever I want. In this case I am having 1, and also val customers map equal to customers dot map c dot split of comma of 0 and then to int, and then I want to get last name and first name. So here I am saying c dot split of comma of 1 comma c dot split of comma of 2. Okay, let me make sure the closing brackets are fine. So now we can run this and we will get both the datasets in the form of paired RDDs. If you want, you can run orders map dot take of 10 dot for each println to make sure you understand the data the way it is represented. Same thing can be run on customers map. Okay, you can see the customer ID and then customer first name and customer last name. Okay, now actually after doing this we can join, and we have to discard the customer ID, and then we have to swap the last name and first name in our tuples so that we can sort by last name first and then first name. Okay, so let me write that logic. That swapping between first name and last name can be done even here. So let me do this. Let me okay, now first we are getting customer last name and then we are getting first name, and then I can say val customers left outer join orders customers map dot left outer join orders map. Okay, and now we can copy paste this. I can also preview the data. So in this case I'll be previewing 100 records. Sorry, my internet is not responding properly. Okay, now you see wherever the customer record is there, we can see sum. But if the customer record is not there in orders, then it will be none. Okay, so let us identify if there are any nuns, and to get the none, we have to look into this and see if there is any none, so that it actually give the those customers which have not placed any order. Okay, so I can actually say customers left outer join orders dot filter, and I have to compare this portion with none. And how to get this portion? So let's say this is tuple t. T dot underscore 1 will be the key, and T dot underscore 2 will be this entire tuple. And then T dot 2 dot underscore 2 will be this one. Okay. So I have to compare T dot 2 dot underscore 2 dot underscore 2 with none to get to those records where there are no orders for a given customer. Okay. So that being said, now I can say filter of, let's say it is T, and then I can say T dot underscore 2 dot underscore 2 equal to none. I'm only interested in these records. And let me see if there are any such records by saying take of 10 for each println. And you can see these are the customers who actually haven't placed any orders in the lifespan of the company. So these are termed as inactive customers. That being said, now we got the result. So I'm deleting this take of 10 and for each println and assigning to a variable called inactive customers. Also, as part of the output, I am just interested in this portion. I'm not interested in anything else. And also the names have to be sorted by last name first and then first name. Okay. So I have to get this as key and probably a placeholder such as none as value, and then I can sort the data. So to get that, I just have to use filter and then map and then rec, and then I just have to get rec dot underscore 2. This will give me only this portion after filtering, after performing the left outer join. Once that is done, I want to name the same variable as inactive customer sorted and then say sort by key. Then automatically the data will be sorted in ascending order by last name and then ascending order by first name, because we already swapped the name information before performing the left outer join itself. Okay, and now I can copy and paste this and hit enter, and then I can actually say inactive customer sorted dot collect dot for each println, and here I just want to see the entire data. You can see data is sorted in ascending order by last name, and then if there are same names, then in ascending order by first name. Okay, now I have to save only this information with comma and space as delimiter between them. I don't need to get everything. I just need last name and first name. For that, what I need to do, I just have to say inactive customers sorted dot map. Okay, as part of the map, I have to say rec implies rec dot underscore 1. It is of type tuple, and then I can say mk string and give the delimiter, which is nothing but comma and space as per the problem statement that you can confirm by looking at this. So delimiter is comma and space, and we just need to save as text file without compressing. So what I can do, after applying the map to get to the data the way we want, I can say save as text file and give the path. Let us copy the path from here. And replace this name here on the string with the user ID on the lab, which is my user ID, which is Digadiraju. And now I can actually copy the script to here and hit enter. Okay, I think this, okay, I know the problem here. As we are directly converting the tuple into rec dot underscore 1. Let me see. Rec dot underscore 1 is tuple. Okay. Is not a member of, okay, on tuple we cannot actually use mk string. So what I have to do is rec dot underscore 1 dot underscore 1 and then plus and then comma space and then plus rec dot underscore 1 dot underscore 2. And now I can actually copy paste this one. There is an additional bracket here that is causing the issue. I just have to remove that and then copy paste this one. Now the data is saved. One of the better way to actually validate is just copy this one, paste it, and then dot take off 10 dot for each println, and you can see the data. Data is sorted in ascending order by last name and then ascending order by first name. Okay, I'm sorry. So to validate that, I have to load the data from this path and then I have to preview the data. I should not use this variable. So the way you can do is sc.text file, paste this path, and then dot take off 10 dot for each println. And now you can see data is comma and space separated and also sorted by last name first and then first name. This is how you can come up with the solution for problem statements like this. It is relatively very simple problem statement than we have seen before, and you should be able to complete within 15 to 20 minutes. So only complexity is the data is in local file system, and you should know that when the data is in local file system and if you have to perform any Spark operations, first the data has to be loaded into collection and that collection has to be converted into RDD, and you can apply Spark based APIs such as left outer join in this case. And beyond that, we also have applied APIs such as map, sort by key, etc. to get the data the way we want. And also you need to make sure that the file format is as per the problem statement along with the delimiters if the file format is of type text.